Hey, this message is for Donald Trump. This message is for you. Do not speak on my brother's name. And I'm making you a promise. You will not be in the White House come November.
Welcome to the most offensive podcast ever. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of the most offensive podcast ever. I'm Slimmy V, and I'm making uncomfortable conversations comfortable again. Today, I am going to be talking about Stephen Jackson and his remarks towards President Donald J. Trump. Most people on the conservative spectrum of the political sphere, most conservative talking heads, talk shows, the right wing, their platform, are going to be taking Stephen Jackson's words out of context right away. They're going to say that he is inciting violence on the president. He is calling for the assassination of the president. He is calling for physical altercation with Donald J. Trump. What I saw was controlled anger from Stephen Jackson. What I saw was a black man that articulated his anger towards the country. What I saw was a man who controlled and sustained himself and spoke out his feelings towards the president, who is the head of the country. That's his right. That's his constitutional American right. He could do that. If you thought that he was inciting violence, you must have looked at his image. He looks intimidating, doesn't he? But the words that came out of his mouth was not. I didn't see him as inciting any type of violence. Let's cut it right now. Chill out with that. Okay? We're not going to misconstrue what Stephen Jackson just said. Now, people on the left could take it in that same exact way. He is not calling for violence. He simply said to the president, do not, I promise you, do not utter my brother's name. His name cannot come out of your mouth. That's what he said. And he says, I promise you that you're not going to be in the White House. Not to say or to misconstrue that as, oh, we're going to come and physically take you out. No. Come November, we're going to vote you out.
You will not be in the White House come November. You will not be reelected. I'm telling you now. You see how the whole world stood together, arm to arm, race to race, everybody standing for love. 50 states, 18 countries. That's what me and my brother Floyd did. So we coming to get you out the White House.
That's simple. Okay? All that rhetoric you're going to hear from the right about him inciting violence is wrong. It's like, okay, you guys are acting like the left when a right-wing person come and says something. Like, we got to stop it. We got to call it down the middle and interpret it how it should be interpreted. So all you black people out there and all you white people who do not want Donald Trump in the White House, the same way you came out to protest by the multitudes. I thought Jesus was here. Y'all came to protest by the multitudes. I could not even count. Like, y'all look like ants. Okay? The same amount that came out, come out in November, pull that lever. That's all that Stephen Jackson is asking for. Are you going to let Stephen Jackson down? That's up to you. If you feel like you want to take Donald Trump out, let your voices be heard on November. Okay? Now, Steven Jackson, I wanted to actually borrow your voice because I think people are looking up to you. But your voice is powerful. That type of voice you could use in the hood. That type of voice you could use to talk to gang members. That type of voice you could use to talk to drug dealers. That type of voice you could use to talk to young black men growing up. They would resonate with you. A lot of them respect your gangster, your mannerism. They're looking up to that. And the fact that you're doing it without guns and, I mean, it's amazing. And I think when you really care about America, you got to talk to the young ones. You got to go in the hood. You got to talk. You can do it. You get that voice. You get that respect. I don't think a lot of people can actually go in the hood and talk to them. But you, your voice, that power, the way you articulate it, and your background, where you came from, what you face and what you've done, what you've seen, you relate to a lot of them. And they relate to you. It's a perfect marriage. Black lives really do matter. And not just only when it's violence from a white cop against a black person. But Black lives matter all the time. And it sounds like it's controversial, but when I heard that speech that you made, I'm like, yo, you could talk. You know how to really galvanize the troop. I think all those people, they came out for you. When you did that original video of how upset you was because of how that cop mishandled your brother, people heard your cries, man. They heard your cries, and that voice that you have can't be wasted. Not just on this, but we gotta continue and go on the hood. Chicago, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Maine. Your voice, I think it could just carry a lot. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say about this. I wanted to kind of analyze what he said, how he said it, and how it should be taken. And I've done that. If you heard me, whether you like what I said or how I said it, that's up to you. Let's not try to make a part 2 of the Malice in the White Palace. I'm Slimmy V. This is the most offensive podcast ever. If you're not offended, you're not listening. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh do the rest. I'm out.